hear me here? I want to make sure we can do that. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty. I don't know what's really going on here, but maybe we'll get through this. All right, so let's do that. Let me get a chart up over here. Something about it's Friday, man. That's what it is. There we go. Okay, I think I'm up over here now. All right, there we go. We'll do that and do that and do this and okay. Good morning. I don't know what happened here, but man, things went crazy. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Bart. Hey, Daryl, Jim, Emmett, how you doing? Bill, Julie, welcome. Bobby, Gold, Z, Thomas, Daryl, man, a lot of people. Mike, Emma, wow, Sonny, Gold, Joe, Donna, JW. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Happy Friday. Hello, Roger. Hey, Raleigh. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to everybody. And I want to reach out and just say thank you to everybody that joined us yesterday in the members e-learning with myself and with Doug at Right Way Options and John at BYOB Trading. Thank you so much for being there. It's nice that so many people can come together. I sure do appreciate it. Hey, good morning, Vernon. How are you? Okay, let's talk about the market a little bit. I for the last couple of days, I really haven't done a whole lot, and I've said, look, walk softly on this market. Be careful. Now, look, there's all sorts of people out there. There's people that's just gonna just bang this market and keep banging it and banging it and banging it. You know, some are gonna overall win, some are gonna overall lose, and some, you've just had a great day. Maybe a scratch day, maybe maybe you eked out a little profit, or I lost a little bit of money and I'm okay with that. There's all kinds of traders out there, and we need everybody to keep everything going. That's what keeps it going, right? So I'm one of those people that I look at the chart and I think it's just flat a crappy chart. That's all there is to it. That's the nicest way I could put it. And I think whoops. Now what just happened? Oh man, don't be. Hold on here. Whew, thought I wrecked something. The diamonds. I think that's just a crappy chart for trading. I can't be overly bullish and I can't be overly bearish in this. IWM, it's just sideways. I don't necessarily see an overly bullish or overly bearish situation here. So again, walk softly. I do a fair amount of coaching. I do a fair amount of talking to people, and I'm trying to get out there what I hear from other people, and maybe that helps. Okay, enough of that. Let's go look at T2123. This is one reason why I'm not big on the long trades right now is when it comes to indicators outside of candlesticks, moving averages. That's pretty much all I use, I guess. This right here is my number one indicator, like I say, outside of candlesticks and moving averages, price action. And this is telling us to slow down, be a little careful on the long side. It's telling us to be short, but the charts, the market itself is not saying really, really be short. Not big time anyway. VXX over here, we've got no fear. So all this kind of tells me that let me go back to the SPY here and put it back on the daily. There we go. What that kind of tells me is we're just in a choppy sideways, go nowhere type move. Now, if I come over here, I'm gonna go back to this chart and go to the weekly chart. I'm still bullish on this chart. I mean, we've got a nasty little weekly candle over here, bearish engulf, but we're coming back with a bullish Hiromi over here. We're still riding the T line. Everything still looks great. weekly wise, little longer term, the market still looks really bullish. But when you break it down to that daily chart, you start looking at that, and that's the chart of my personal choice. I just see choppiness. So a lot of caution out there. Okay. So with that said, let's take a look at a couple of things. I'm still holding Fastenal, and if Fastenal can get itself up today near that green bar, I will take my profits on it and be extremely happy with that. I am holding JCI. I bought that short yesterday. We're trending down. We've got a blue ice failure here setting up. It's not really a failure yet. It's just setting up. So I'm going to watch that. If it starts to pop up, I could switch this to a long, very easy. And it could absolutely do that. But right now, I have to go with what the trend is doing, and it's down. MU is another one I'm watching. I'm also short on MU because we're in a blue ice failure setup. That's a failure of the 50-period moving average. If MU was to come back up and retest this 50% level right through here and show strength above the 50, basically hold the 50-period moving average with a decent candle signal, then I would close that short and probably swing it to the long side, looking for my next target up there at 120 or 124. But right now, I'm at this moment, I'm still short. I'm looking to get down below 110 here, below that red line. But we'll kind of keep an eye on that. What else? There was something else I was going to say. Oh, well. So with that said, let's take a look at a couple of things. I don't have a great deal to share, chart wise. A great deal I don't have there. Let me get my scans back up. I don't know where they went to. There they go. Sounds like I'm a little disorganized this morning, and probably am. There it is right there. So for the long side, here's a couple. Take a look at TMUS. TMUS might be looking pretty good. That's TMUS. We've rallied up here. We've pulled back, and it looks like we're trying to come back up. Kind of a J-hook continuation pattern in a way. And I apologize. My mouse is moving super slow. It's been doing that the last couple of days. I don't know why. Boom. So that's what we might be looking for here. AOS might be trying to set up. You can see how we're trending, and see how we popped up and we just went sideways. So there's a couple there. Let's come over and take a look at the short side for a couple. And I'm not being very picky on my scan. I'm just hitting the scan and letting it run and then seeing what pops up here. Can't read that one. Good grief. Well, there it is right there. There we go. Take a look at GPLI. We've got ourselves a blue ice failure setting up. That may see more downside. And then NTNX might be failing the 50. The problem there is you've got the 200. So maybe not do we want to mess with that until it gets below the 200. But that's okay. We can just check out another one. Take a look at FTV. You've got that 3/8 trap bearishness. If you were at the class that we did yesterday, then you understand a little bit more about the 3/8 trap, and this is setting up in a bearish 3/8 trap with price below the T line below the trend indicator, everything working right there, setting up. Here's CPRT. This might be setting up as well for that bearish side. Okay. Let's see here, you guys. Thanks for throwing some out there. I need those today. Dell may be looking long. Yeah, look at that beautiful trend. I mean, you can't, Even though I think we have a crappy market, there are some very, very nice charts set up, both long and both short. So, um, I mean, they're there, okay? They're there. Dell is one of those. Dell looks terrific. Beautiful trend here. Let me get my drawing tool out if it'll work. There we go. Look at that trend. Just beautiful. We've got some sideways consolidation. We start breaking out of this top. I don't know. Does anybody see 150 coming? I do. So keep your eyes on Dell. Flag that. It may not be a trade today, but it might be a trade, a very good trade next week. So let's keep an eye on that one. Thank you. What else do we have here? Dell. RTX here. RTX may be setting up. Love the big move up. And then here we've got that consolidation. Overall, the trend is moving. For those who were here yesterday, I focused a lot on the trend. It's trend. When you're in that trend, then you watch for the setups. Yesterday, we were talking about that 3-8 trap. And that's what you want to do with the 3-8 trap. Trend, 3-8 trap. Trend, 3-8 trap. Great way to trade a chart. Now, it doesn't always have to be a 3-8 trap. Let's take this one, for example. The 3-8 trap is just simply, we're trapping price between the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA, okay? Well, why couldn't you trap price between, say, the Trendicator or the T-line, 8 EMA, something like that? Something that I use a lot is trapping price between the Trendicator, the dots, and the 8 EMA high. I use that an awful lot. Sometimes, I'll go through and I'll look at charts that are in this neighborhood. And here I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to change my 8 EMA to a high. There we go. Everything's moving slow on my computer. See there? See how we're trapped right there? Really cool to scan for that sort of thing. And remember, holding trend. So important. Get that trend in there. And now you can look for those pullbacks, those PBO pullback opportunities. And it doesn't always have to be the 3-8. It can be the 8-17, something like that. Okay. So just a little, something to chew on, just something to think about this weekend if you're scanning for charts. I'm going to move this back down to where it's supposed to be. Right there. There we go. All right. And then Thomas, thank you. Thomas is looking at WDC. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. See the trend? Everybody can clearly see the trend and see the pop to the upside. We like that sort of thing. And now we pull back. That gives us an opportunity right in here. What we need is, a chart like WDC, we need price action to prove to us it's still moving up. And we're going to need the help of the market to help with that. So the market, we don't want the market tanking. If the market starts to tank a little bit, it'll put a little pressure on stocks like WDC. Campbell Soup. Yeah, Campbell Soup. Beautiful. Excellent chart. Trend. It is meeting my trend conditions. Trend. This has become a rounded bottom breakout now. For those just really fast, the ultimate target for the rounded bottom breakout is the 200 period moving average. I'm not saying that we can't go higher, but once we go higher, it is no longer a rounded bottom breakout. But right now, that would be the main number one target. That also is the 50% retracement up there as well. So, or return retrace. I said return retracement. RT. There we go. Our return retracement, RR. Hey, Daryl, you're looking at PENG. Let's look at that. PENG. Pop up, pull back. I think it looks pretty good. Every trader has got their little thing, what they're going to look for. Me, I would look for price trading probably above that 23.90. And that will turn our dots green, and that will start to turn this above that T line and maybe get those traders in that to move it a little higher. So I like that. Looks great. Bal says he used the 817 a lot. Yeah, it's a good one. It really is. EVLV, man, again, trend. Beautiful. Here we popped up. You've got a little pop out of the box, little 3-8 trap setting up. That's an excellent chart. Let's flag that one right there. Oops, flag that. Take that star off. There we go. All right. Hey, Annetta, how are you? Take a look at net. Again, trend. I love it. Beautiful. Now we look for those pullbacks, those reasons to buy it. And I want to stop on this one just for a second because here we are. I mean, ultimately, we need to get over that ugly candle from yesterday. But I want to point out some things in this chart that just stick out like a sore thumb, for me anyway. See how we popped up and then consolidate? And those, see that little run right there? I mean, look here, right down here. Look how we rallied up and we actually pulled back right here, popped up again, little sideways up. See how we went sideways? Those are great entry areas in there, or when we start to break out. And it's all about a stock that's trending and that rest into that. And this one is all about, that 3-8 trap setup. So nice chart, by the way. Thanks. And again, on this chart here, it's going to have to clear yesterday's candle for me. Okay, we need to pull away from that candle right there. All right, PACB, yeah, a little bit choppy in here. Probably not my cup of tea. Not till it starts to break out. I think we're a little bit choppy here. We are holding the 50, so that is a super plus. Trend is dipped down a little bit low for me. Trend needs to be up a little bit higher. But if that thing can get going, I mean, look at the bottom. Bottom is setting up very, very nice. It's just a pullback that's maybe a little harsh, like I say, for me personally. But once it starts to move up, once it starts to break out, that's a nice chart. Something that I really like about this chart, here's the weekly, kind of shows it a little better, is look at that long-term flat bottom. Now, I love that. That is very nice. If I put this on the weekly chart, I like it much, much better. Much better here. That's got some potential. Let's keep an eye on that one, okay? Thanks. Yeah, that really does. That's got some potential to go much higher. It's only $1.50 down here. Man, that thing could double in no time at all. It just needs to be set up for it. So let's keep a close eye on that. That could be a big, big, big money maker. Thank you. Hey, Vernon, let's look at some LULU short. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Look at that. Look at that downside here. Our trend is down. See how we've got this bear flag in here? We're down. We're setting up a bear flag. We're in a 3-8 trap to the short side. That's looking pretty good. For those that follow the cloud, you can see that's below the cloud here. So that's always, when you're shorting and you're below the cloud, that's always a good thing. It's a helpful thing, okay? When you're long, if you're above the cloud, that's a helpful thing. It's not a slam dunk, but a lot of people follow the cloud that way. AGL, let's take a look. AGL. All right. To the short side, no. Yeah, I don't see that as long, Daryl. I mean, when my first question is why? All right. And the obvious answer is you're just bottom picking. There is no logical answer to being long other than bottom picking. There is no price action here that says long other than it's way, way down. And you're just trying to find the hair on the bottom down there. That's it. But to me, absolutely not. Now, if something like this was to happen, what am I trying to do? Here we go. Let me put a candlestick in there. If I was to see a candlestick like that, then I might say, okay, we might see a little follow through to the long side. But right now, what I see on, and I'm just trying to be honest with you, okay? The only logic is it's beat to crap. It's way down there, and you're looking for a Hail Mary bounce. Okay, so coach, can't help yourself, and I can't blame you. Okay, QS is looking good, isn't it? It's looking awfully good. I saw this. I was looking at this early this morning too. QS might be starting to come up. So I 100% agree with you. Can't help yourself, and I get it. I like that. Can't help myself. Yeah, this any positive trading over the T line, I think QS is a good solid trade for right now. And my target would be up here around that 13 area where that dark band is right in there. And that would be the 50% retracement back up. Yeah. Something like that. But I totally agree. Yeah, QS is big time on my list there. Let's see. Plus, you bought some CR. What was that? WV. Yeah, that's looking good. Run up to that 50 period moving average. It could pop out. I think most of you know that I like moving averages. I use them a lot. I like to bounce price from one to another, trade price from one to another, whether it's up or down. Moving averages are targets. They're also resistance areas. You can go look through any chart you want. You'll see what I mean. So right now that looks like a nice move up toward that 50. And then, then let's do a little reevaluation there. But here's what, from the bullish side, here's what could easily happen is we run up there. I'll bet my last dollar on earth that we consolidate. Now we may pop up a little bit. We may not get right to it, but we will see some consolidation in this area. And then if it can hold up above that consolidation, now you've got something that really may work out, running up and retest those highs in there. So yeah, totally agree. All right. Hey, it's about that time for me to log off. We'll see all the members in the trading room at the bottom of the hour in about 20 minutes when the market opens up. Please trade cautiously. I don't think it's hard to make a buck in the market. What's hard is keeping that buck. Okay, that's the difficult part. But making it is easy. You can see charting is simple, but keeping it. All right, so let's keep that in mind. Everyone have a terrific Friday. Members, we'll see you in just a few moments. And everyone else, you guys have a great day. You guys all take care. Thanks a bunch, y'all. Bye.